Hello students, in this video session we will study about the transaction processing system. Okay, so let's first define what is a transaction processing system. It is an information system that is used to acquire, store and modify the data which is related to a transaction of an enterprise. Basically, what is a transaction? A transaction is nothing but an executing program. Okay, say for example, imagine that you are withdrawing money from the ATM, then it is considered as a transaction, or else consider that you are booking a product online, then it is also considered as transaction. Okay, you are ordering the raw materials to produce the finished goods, it is also considered as transaction. Okay, so in order to process the data that is generated by the transaction, we need an system, and that system is addressed as transaction processing system. So next we will study what are the important features of the transaction processing system. Okay, we already know that the success of the organization depends upon processing of the transaction or processing of the data related to the transaction. Okay, when this data is processed at right time, okay, and provided to the right person at right time, then the organization can make benefit out of the situation. Okay, so there are some important characteristics or features of the transaction. Those features are rapid processing. Rapid processing, as the name itself indicate, fast processing of the transaction, okay, is an important factor that decide the success of an enterprise. Whenever a request is given to the transaction processing system, the request has to be processed as fastly as possible and the response has to be given to the users. Okay, the next important characteristic is reliability. Reliability in the sense the system should not commit any mistake by itself. Okay, and the safeguard measures has to be taken in case of the natural disaster. So say for example, if flood and thundering occur, after flood and thundering, the system should be able to provide services to the end user, then only the system can be considered as a reliable system. And also the system must be operational 24/7, in the sense whenever the data is required, whenever the user wants to proceed the transaction, the user should be able to do so 24/7. The third important feature is standardization. It means that the transaction must be processed in the same way each time to maximize the efficiency. Okay, to ensure this, the transaction processing system interfaces should be designed in such a way that it acquires identical data from each transaction regardless of the customer. Okay, and the fourth important feature is controlled access. In other words, it is also can be addressed as restricted access. Okay, not all users are allowed to access all the data which is available within the transaction processing system. The user has to provide the authentication or his or her credentials in order to access the data stored within the transaction processing system. The fifth feature is that the transaction processing qualifiers. All the transactions should pass a test called as acid test. A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, and D stands for durability. Okay, let's study the meaning of these four terms. Atomicity. Atomicity means that the transaction should be completed fully or not at all, in the sense a transaction consisting of multiple number of operations. Okay, say for example, if you are withdrawing money from ATM, you need to put your card in. Okay, you need to provide your authentication, it need to be verified, then the amount has to be entered. If the such balance is available, then the ATM is capable of giving money to the end user. Okay, so if you look at the scenario, what we can observe, there are number of operations associated with the transaction. Okay, a transaction can be said complete only if all the operations are successfully executed. Okay, if one or two operations are not executed, then in that such case the transaction can be addressed as failed transaction. The next qualifier is consistency. Okay, whenever a transaction is executed, so the transaction will causes several data values, data items to be updated. Okay, before executing the transaction, the system was in a consistent state, then after executing the transaction, such system should be in the consistent state. Consistent state in the sense a positive state or a valid state. Okay, by executing the transaction, if the system goes to an invalid or a negative state, then in that case the transaction can be addressed as an inconsistent transaction. The next property is isolation. Okay, isolation means that imagine there are multiple number of transactions are executed. Okay, user 1 is executing one transaction, user 2 is executing transaction, and user 3 is executing another transaction. Okay, one transaction and the other transaction which are executing simultaneously should not disturb one another. Okay, if the transaction 1 executing disturbs the transaction 2, then in that case this property is violated, or this qualifier is violated, which is isolation. And the last qualifier is durability. Once the transactions are completed, they cannot be undone, in the sense once it is completed and once it is committed, it cannot be undone. Say for example, if you are withdrawing money from ATM, so once after withdrawing you cannot undo the transaction. Okay, so in the sense it is durable for all time. Okay, so these are the important 4 qualifiers associated with a transaction. So now we will study the types of transaction. There are 2 types of transaction addressed as batch processing transaction and as well as real-time processing transaction. Let's study the meaning of batch processing. In case of batch processing, it's addressed as a resource saving transaction, means that the data is stored and it is used for processing at predefined time. Okay, if the organization has only limited number of resources, then in that case this type of transaction processing is best. Okay, consider the example of credit card statement generation or bill generation. The credit card statement and bills are generated at the end of month, isn't it? So whenever a transaction is carried out by the credit card, immediately it is not processed. All the data related to the credit card transaction are stored in the system. Okay, and it is processed once in a month. Okay, so such a type of processing can be addressed as batch processing. Another type of transaction processing is real-time processing. Okay, real-time processing can be better understood by taking a suitable example. Okay, imagine that I'm going to a bank in order to withdraw money. Okay, after withdrawing money, immediately the balance has to be updated in my account. Okay, so that the bank as well as customer can keep track of their funds. Okay, in the sense what this example demonstrate, at the very moment when you make the transaction data is processed and the associated entities are updated related to the transaction. So such a type of transaction processing can be addressed as real-time processing. So that's it regarding the topic transaction processing system. So in this session we have studied about what is a transaction processing system, what are the important features of the transaction processing system, what about the ACID property. Okay, and at last we have studied the types of the transaction. Thank you.